At first, when she has you, she doesn't see your value clearly. It's not that she doesn't notice the good things you do, it's that she's become numb to them because you're always there. Your presence feels constant, predictable, something she doesn't have to fight for or worry about losing. She gets used to the way you show up, to the little acts of care and effort you put into her life. Your consistency becomes invisible, like the air she breathes, always taken for granted, never truly appreciated. She assumes you will always be there, no matter how she treats you or what she demands. This is where the danger lies, the slow erosion of value in her eyes, a gradual blurring of your worth. It's not one moment of disrespect or neglect, it's a series of small expectations that go unmet on her part. She expects you to respond instantly but takes hours herself. She expects you to plan the dates while she just shows up without effort. She assumes your loyalty is guaranteed, even as she tests your patience with disrespect. She forgets to see you, not as the man you are, but as a permanent fixture she can't imagine living without. And that's how she begins to take you for granted. When she takes you for granted, the first cracks don't happen overnight. It's a slow, almost invisible process, where her expectations quietly shift and her appreciation quietly fades. She starts assuming your love and loyalty will always be there, no matter what she does or doesn't do. It's in the small things that pile up, how she expects you to drop everything and reply instantly, while she takes her time. How she assumes you'll always be the one planning dates, organizing moments, carrying the emotional weight, while she just shows up without effort. It's the way she takes your kindness for weakness, your patience for granted, and your loyalty for granted. She doesn't realize how precious those things are because they've become a given to her. What she doesn't see is how her indifference chips away at your spirit. How the constant imbalance slowly wears down the foundation of respect. She believes your presence is endless, like a safety net that won't snap. But that belief is an illusion. It's in this quiet, gradual taking for granted that a man's value is hidden from her, until one day, it's gone. And only then does she start to see what she lost. When a man walks away, it's not just about leaving a relationship, it's about reclaiming himself. She doesn't miss you the moment you leave, that comes later. At first, she's convinced she's better off without you. She fills the space you left behind with distractions, friends, parties, the attention of strangers. Maybe even a rebound relationship to prove she's fine. She tells herself she's free, that she has options, that she doesn't need you. But deep down, those things are just noise, temporary fixes that don't reach the place you once occupied in her life. The new men she meets don't know her like you did. They don't listen to her stories with the same patience or care. They don't notice the little things that matter to her. They don't offer the emotional safety you provided without question. And slowly, the illusion of freedom fades. She starts to realize no one treats her the way you did. The comfort, the loyalty, the genuine connection, those were rare, and she had it all and let it slip. The truth settles in quietly but painfully. She lost the man who truly valued her, and now she's left chasing shadows. Regret doesn't hit her all at once. It comes in waves, slow and relentless. At first, her pride shields her from the truth. She convinces herself she made the right choice, that she's better off without you. Maybe she even mocks you or acts cold to hide the ache inside. But pride only lasts for so long. Over time, as days turn into weeks and weeks into months, the mask starts to crack. The empty spaces you once filled become impossible to ignore. She remembers the way you laughed at her bad jokes, even the ones no one else found funny. She recalls how you calmed her down when stress took over, how your presence made her feel safe and grounded, especially on those restless nights. At the time, these moments felt ordinary, something she took for granted as part of the routine. Now, they feel like rare treasures she may never find again. And that's when the real missing you begins, not about your face or voice, but the feeling of being genuinely cared for, understood, and valued. It's a deep ache that no distraction or new company can fill, a silent pain that grows with every reminder of what she lost. Illusion of freedom fades. She starts to realize no one treats her the way you did. The comfort, the loyalty, the genuine connection, those were rare, and she had it all and let it slip. The truth settles in quietly but painfully. She lost the man who truly valued her, and now she's left chasing shadows. Regret doesn't hit her all at once. It comes in waves, slow and relentless. At first, her pride shields her from the truth. She convinces herself she made the right choice, that she's better off without you. Maybe she even mocks you or acts cold to hide the ache inside. But pride only lasts for so long. Over time, as days turn into weeks and weeks into months, the mask starts to crack. The empty spaces you once filled become impossible to ignore. She remembers the way you laughed at her bad jokes, even the ones no one else found funny. She recalls how you calmed her down when stress took over, how your presence made her feel safe and grounded, especially on those restless nights. At the time, these moments felt ordinary, something she took for granted as part of the routine. Now, they feel like rare treasures she may never find again. And that's when the real missing you begins, not about your face or voice, but the feeling of being genuinely cared for, understood, and valued. It's a deep ache that no distraction or new company can fill, a silent pain that grows with every reminder of what she lost. The hardest truth she faces is that you didn't beg, didn't chase, and didn't lower your standards. When she expected you to keep fighting for her, to tolerate disrespect, and to tolerate being taken for granted, you surprised her by walking away with dignity. That's the moment everything shifts, not just for her, but for you too. You stop being the one who's vulnerable and she loses the control she thought she had. Your calm indifference becomes the most powerful thing you possess. It shows her that your love wasn't weak or desperate, it was strong enough to walk away when it wasn't valued. She never thought you could do it, and that shocks her more than any argument ever could. The realization that you can live without her breaks the illusion that you were just another option to be replaced easily. Suddenly, she understands that losing you isn't just a setback, it's a loss she can't fix. While she's scrambling to fill the void with distractions and new people, you're already healing, growing, and rebuilding your worth. And that growth only makes her regret deeper because the man she took for granted no longer exists, he's been replaced by someone stronger, wiser, and untouchable. As time passes, her regret grows sharper and more personal. It doesn't just stay hidden in her thoughts, it shows up in small, subtle ways. Maybe she likes an old photo of yours on social media or watches your stories quietly from a distance. She might send a simple, "How have you been?" message after months of silence. These aren't coincidences or mistakes, they're signs that she's testing the waters, hoping the door you closed is still open. But you've changed. You see these signals for what they are, proof that she's realizing what she lost and feeling the weight of her mistakes. The power is no longer hers, it's yours. Your calmness, your silence, and your ability to move on without her crumble the image she once had of control. The hardest blow for her is knowing that you don't need her anymore. That indifference is the ultimate strength, because it makes her miss you even more. She thought she could replace you easily, but the truth is you were one of a kind, the man who stood apart from all the others. And once she sees that clearly, her regret hits with full force, because she knows there's no going back. The reality she faces now is harsh and unyielding. She thought options were endless, that there were plenty of men who could give her what you did. But what she discovers is that options don't equal quality. Sure, she might have men willing to spend time with her, maybe even chase her attention, but none of them offer the commitment, protection, or genuine investment that you brought to the relationship. Those men were always easy to find, men like you, loyal, strong, and truly invested, are rare. And when she begins to understand just how rare you were, the regret sinks in even deeper. It's a slow-burning realization that no amount of parties, distractions, or fleeting connections can replace the man who saw her fully and chose to stand by her. The emptiness she feels from entertaining shallow relationships only makes her miss you more. That feeling of scarcity creeps in, the fear that she let the best thing slip away, that she might never find another man like you. It's a fear that gnaws at her pride, shaking the confidence she once had. And in those quiet moments of doubt, she wonders if she'll ever get the chance to have something real again. By the time she truly realizes what she lost, it's already too late. She might try to come back, testing the waters to see if there's still a chance with you. Maybe she humbles herself in ways she never thought possible, lowering her walls and reaching out after all the pride and distance. But deep down, you know the truth. Once someone has taken you for granted, it's not something that disappears overnight. The patterns repeat, and giving her another chance risks going through the same cycle again. You've grown beyond that. You've learned your worth and what you deserve. You're no longer the man who begged or pleaded for love, you're a man who respects himself too much to settle for less. And that is the greatest strength you carry. Her regret only intensifies because she sees the man she wanted back is no longer accessible. You've rebuilt your life, your confidence, and your peace without her. The door that once stood open now remains firmly closed, and no amount of regret or longing will change that. The power you hold isn't in chasing her anymore, it's in walking away and never looking back. The final truth is simple but powerful: the man who walks away always wins. Because while she's caught in her regret, stuck replaying what went wrong, you're building a better life. You're focused on growth, on healing, on becoming the man she never truly appreciated. Her regret doesn't benefit her, it benefits you. She's trapped in the past, chained to the mistakes she made, while you're moving forward, creating new memories and new victories. The man she took for granted no longer exists. Instead, there's a stronger, wiser, and more valuable version of him who refuses to be defined by loss or heartbreak. She'll think about you in quiet moments, maybe when she's with other men, maybe when she's alone at night, and she'll wonder what could have been different. But those thoughts come too late. Your calm confidence, your peace of mind, and your ability to move on with dignity make her realize that she lost more than just a relationship, she lost the chance to have a man who truly valued her. That's the real power you hold. Not in chasing her back, but in showing her through your absence and success that some things, once lost, cannot be replaced. That in the end, the story isn't about her regret, it's about your growth. When a woman takes a man for granted, it's not just her loss, it's your opportunity to rise. Walking away with dignity isn't weakness, it's the ultimate strength. It shows that you know your worth and refuse to settle for less than you deserve. She may miss you, regret losing you, and wonder if she'll ever find another like you, but you've already moved on to better things. The man she took for granted is no longer waiting, he's building a future far beyond her reach. Remember, real power lies not in chasing love but in commanding respect by valuing yourself first. If you want more insights on building your confidence, understanding relationships, and mastering the art of self-respect, subscribe now and join a community of men who are turning their pain into power.